Today's top swimmers are able to move through the water at unbelievable speeds, and the best swimmers are able to generate leverage using their entire bodies so they can cut through the water like never before. If you look at any elite swimming competition, you'll see the best swimmers in the world push off the wall in a tight streamline position and go up to 15 meters underwater in what seems to be just a matter of seconds. Now remember, underwater dolphin kicking is like the fifth stroke of swimming. It's literally a new invention that was popularized about 30 to 40 years ago.
Until 1988, backstrokers could kick underwater as far as they wanted before they started swimming. But after American David Burkoff kicked a whopping 35 meters underwater on the first length of the 100 back at the 1988 Olympics, World Aquatics decided to impose a limit of just 10 meters underwater. These days, swimmers can go no more than 15 meters underwater before popping up, or they could get disqualified.
How much faster can you actually get? The fastest a human can go above the surface of the water doing freestyle is 8 kilometers an hour. We're talking like less than 5 miles per hour. Underneath the surface of the water, we can get closer to 10 kilometers per hour so far. And so I want to take a look at the leaderboard for the fastest aquatic creatures and how fast they can actually move through the water. Starting at the top with the black marlin. It can clock 129 kilometers per hour. Next up, we have the sailfish, 109 kilometers per hour. And then the swordfish, nearly 100 kilometers per hour. A fish is moving through the water so quickly because it can leverage its entire body length. If you want to swim fast underwater, you want to replicate this type of pattern, but you also have to keep in mind that you're a human and you don't have the same flexibility or range of motion that a fish does. A fish can actually apply pressure at every single point of its frame, whereas a human has only 3 points of inflection, so can only bend the hips from the knees and then from the ankles.
The kick actually starts from your chest, moves down to your core, and then your hips. Your ankles are like the end of a whip, snapping to finish the kick. Don't kick from your knees. Keep your legs together and use your hips like you're a dolphin. You'll kind of feel like you're doing the worm down the pool.
Most of the power comes from your core and your hips to drive your legs forward a kick. That doesn't mean that your legs shouldn't bend. It really just means that you need to relax and focus on your hips to start the kick rather than your knees. Pressing with your chest and kind of getting that flow is really important.
How do you know how big your kick should be? We need to make sure that we are not kicking too small, that we're not getting the propulsive benefit. Conversely, if our kick was so big, we would end up creating more drag. When you kick dolphin kick, you shouldn't really bend your knees a lot. You should point your toes, and the profile of your body should be as streamlined as possible. If the amplitude of your kick is too big, then you're actually going to slow yourself down because the benefit of that increased propulsion is going to be minimized and reduced by the amount of drag that you're creating. And so we're going to share 3 tips on how you can improve your dolphin kick that you can start to apply in every single workout and every single time you do a dolphin kick off the wall. So the first is to focus on 2-directional kicking. If we break apart the dolphin kick, you have the up kick, which is using the front of your body. You're using your abs, your hip flexors, and your quads. And then you have the down kick. You're using your lower back, your glutes, and your hamstring. And so most people, when they're just starting out learning how to swim and learning how to do the dolphin kick, they're only good at the up kick. Most people neglect in training the down kick, which is actually the most important part of the kick to improve if you want to improve your overall dolphin kick. And so the most efficient kickers are able to have both the power phase of the kick and the recovery almost equal to each other. The flow drill is a fantastic way to engage your entire core and really feel your body moving through the water, sort of like a dolphin, right on top of the water with your hips pushing your body forward, using your chest to lead the movement, and really working on engaging your core.
In this drill, both of your arms are straight in front of you, resting on the top of the water. These are just to hold you in place, and your arms won't do anything for this drill. You'll be pressing with your chest and then your hips to kind of give that rhythm of your butterfly kick. This drill teaches you that the power of your kick comes from your core. You don't want to start your kick from your knees. You want to start it all the way from the top of your body down to your feet.
I recommend slowing down and taking your time doing this drill. What's important is figuring out the feeling of the kick flowing from one point in your body to the next. If you want, you can add fins to really emphasize your kick. You can also use a snorkel to keep your head in line with your spine for good body position all the way down the pool.
Now, the second point is training the dolphin kick in all 4 planes of motion. So that means kicking on your front, on your right side, as well as your left side. So you could do this with one arm up, and then your opposite shoulder is dry out of water, and finally making sure you kick on your back. Now, there's a difference between intentional practice and just doing a lot of underwater dolphin kick. You can actually get a lot more out of it in terms of developing your feel of the water, and you might not need to actually do that much more underwater dolphin kick. I first want to show you a set that you can do that leverages all of these different skills. So we're gonna go 825's flow drill. The first one, streamline on your stomach on the surface of the water. Remember, you're trying to create pressure across the entire range of your body. So you're pressing your chest down, your hips come up, and your butt literally gets dry out of the water. Then the second one, you're gonna flip it over onto your side. On the third one, you're gonna flip over to your other side. And then on the fourth one, you're gonna flip it over onto your back. And now you're actually gonna put your hands in streamline, and you're gonna really engage your core and really work this undulation. Now, we're gonna go 4 75s. On each 25, we're gonna build our dolphin kicks, meaning we're gonna take more dolphin kicks on every single wall. 3 rounds of this. So on the first round, we're gonna do it all natural. Then the second round, we're gonna add a piece of equipment. Maybe we're gonna add paddles, maybe we're gonna add fins. And then the third round, we're gonna add another piece of equipment.
And so what this is going to do is you're going to develop your feel of the water because you're being intentional with your training. Now we've taken care of the technique part, let's take a look at how some of the best underwater kickers in the world apply everything we talked about into their strokes.
Now, a lot of butterflyers actually have a different size amplitude. When I'm talking about amplitude, I'm talking about the total, the distance in how far you're kicking, both up and down. So Michael actually has a relatively bigger amplitude than a lot of other swimmers do. It doesn't mean anyone is wrong or right. Everyone has different body positions, strength, flexibility, and that all factors in. But if you notice, Michael is kicking in both the down direction as well as the up direction. And the faster you can kick in the up direction, then the faster you can return to the down kick, which is actually more powerful. Look at this streamline. The dolphin kick actually starts with the hands. It's a total body undulation, pointing the toes. Look at that, all the way to 15 meters. He does it on his front side, on his back side for backstroke. And when you look at this underwater swim, I mean, yes, she has incredible streamline and body line. I talked about this with Jordan Crook. She's starting with her upper body, and she's able to create propulsion all the way through all the different ranges of motion. Remember, we as humans have limbs. We can't kick as fast as fish, but if you can use every part of your body and increase the surface area, you're gonna be that much faster. And this is something that she's able to do incredibly well. So if you want to level up your swimming, you've got to have a game plan. You got to make sure you're thinking about these things, but don't overthink it. Keep it simple. And check out this video if you want to take your swimming to the next level.